My name is Mr. Ewa. This is Amajiba Farms, Winneba Water West Road. Today, I want to talk about system of rearing birds or system of poultry. There are three systems of rearing birds. We have the extensive system, semi-intensive system, and the intensive system. And each of the system has its own advantages and disadvantages. When you talk about the extensive system, it's a system of rearing fowls or it's a system of poultry whereby the animals are allowed open in their natural habitat to find for food and other nutrients for themselves. Then let's come to the semi-intensive. Semi-intensive, the birds are indoors and they are sometimes open to go out to supplement what they get. Let's talk about the intensive system. Intensive system of rearing poultry is a system of rearing poultry whereby the birds are indoors, they are not allowed to go out, they are fed and provided with everything they need for their development. And the intensive system, we have two. We have the deep litter system and the battery cage system. So today we want to look at the advantages of the deep litter system, its disadvantages, and the advantages of the battery cage system and its disadvantages. When you talk about the deep litter system, it's a system of poultry whereby the birds are on litter, they are on the floor. So we use sawdust so that the birds are on the sawdust. So let's look at the advantages of the deep litter system. One of the advantages is that the birds exercise. They exercise themselves. The birds, they exercise themselves. They move freely up and down. That is one advantage of the deep litter system. To the disadvantages of the deep litter system. One of the disadvantages of the deep litter system is that the birds, they peck themselves. They practice what they call cannibalism, whereby they peck themselves. Another disadvantage is that there's wastage of feed when the birds are feeding because they are using the feeding trough. There's wastage of feed. Number three, the birds easily catch disease because sometimes the birds pick from the litter, so they easily catch diseases. Number four, when they are layers and they are in deep litter system, they crack the eggs. That is one disadvantage. They start cracking the eggs. Therefore, your profit margin always go down because your profit depends on the number of eggs you will get. So that is the disadvantages of the deep litter system. Let's come to the battery cage system. In the battery cage system, the birds are in cages. Let's say 4 or 5 in each cage. And the advantages of the battery cage system outweighs the advantages of the deep litter system. Let's look at the advantages of the battery cage. One, we are looking at the advantages of the battery cage. One, disease is reduced. Therefore, the birds will not get diseases. So you save money from buying drugs and other essentials. Two, it is easy to identify unproductive bird because when they lay the eggs, the eggs come in front of them. So it is easy to identify birds that are not laying. That is that one another advantage. Three, food is not waste. Food is not waste because when they eat, they don't split the food. Another advantage is that the birds can lay eggs for a very long time. The birds can lay eggs for a very long time, sometimes from 2 to 3 years. Another advantage of the battery cage system is that the birds don't get access to the eggs. Therefore, the eggs can be there 2 days, 3 days, and your eggs will be safe. Unlike the deep litter system, whereby the birds will start cracking the eggs. These ones, the birds don't get access to the eggs. So your eggs are safe. Therefore, you get more profit from the sales of eggs. Another advantage is that in the deep litter system, the birds, because they are not moving, their feed consumption is always low, unlike the deep litter system. If the deep litter system, for example, you give the birds, let's say 120 grams, in the battery cage system, you can give them 90 grams or per bird or 100 grams per bird, and they will lay for you. And by so doing, you will save some feed. It means that you are getting more profit. Now let's come to the disadvantages of the battery cage system. One of the disadvantages is that the birds, if you overfeed the birds, then the birds will become fatty. And once they become fatty, they develop what they call fatty livers. Therefore, they cannot lay eggs much as expected. Once they become fatty, it is difficult for them to lay more eggs as expected. And another disadvantage is the litter. How to dispose of their waste. If you don't manage it well and you are in the residential area, the scent will disturb other neighbors. So in the battery cage system, how to keep the feces of the birds are very important, so that the scent will not affect others, and the breeding of housefly will also be reduced. Because if the scent, then means that you are burning ammonia. Therefore, your pen should be well ventilated, so that once the ammonia is built up, it can be carried away. Because it is well ventilated, it will be carried away. So what I would advise is that if the means is there, then I would advise that you go for battery cage. But these days, the battery cage too is very expensive. Battery cage that takes 180 birds some few years back was selling at 3,000. Right now, the battery cage for 180 bird is selling at 11,000. That is incredible, unbelievable. So I don't think people will get money to buy this cage. So as beginners, I will pray that you can start with a deep litter small. But if you are using the deep litter, it means that your management and your biosecurity should be tight, so that you prevent the spread of diseases. I'm done.
Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. Bye.